Welcome back, you know what time it is. It's Heresy time because it's Thursday, and for the first time in a little while, we have something that is not a Space Marine. No Space Marines to be seen this week. You thought it couldn't happen anymore, but it can. This time round, we've got the unyielding Secutarii Axiarch. Oh dear God, I'm not going to be able to say that again. I'm going to mess it up, the pronunciation is going to be terrible, I'm warning you now. It's a miracle I got that out the first time, frankly. So, as they say, recent Heresy Thursday articles have been following a theme with a parade of characters from the Legions Astartes gracing the pages, this time round taking a break from Space Marines and switching to the machine cults of Mars by showing off the Secutarii Axiarch. Nailed it! Nailed it twice! Twice now! It's not going to happen again. Let's have a look at the lad himself. Big style, there we go, look at that. That is quite a cool model. I do like that, that's very fun. I will say the big old pokey stick there, the electric pokey stick, that's not what it is. That's definitely not what it's called. It will have a name, it'll have some sort of complicated name, I'm sure. But the big electric pokey stick, is it just me? Or is that on the wonk a little bit? It feels kind of on the wonk, which seems to be a little bit of a theme with some of these things. Feels like there's been a few more things on the wonk than usual. But, other than being on the wonk, it looks interesting. I mean, it's one of those nice kind of cult, sort of mechanicum situations where you look at it and you're like, I don't really know what that does, but it sure looks like it does something impressive. It feels like the haft, the stick part, what you hold, that's definitely the technical term, is quite thick. Quite a bit of girth on that. Quite a bit of girth on the wonky stick. And the shield is fantastic. I love that shield. That looks great. I think the big old servo skull thing in the centre, at first, I just thought maybe that was a bit too much. It's immediately growing on me a little bit, but I couldn't really tell you why. I would love to know if this is like a powered shield, whether it's got some sort of force field over the front of it, or whether it's just a big lump of metal that he's carrying. I'm assuming it will be more technical than that. After all, we are looking at a Mechanicum lad, but I don't know, the shape of it is quite nice. I like the indentations, that pattern running down the centre, that's quite fun. I absolutely love the helmet that this guy's got. It looks great. Having that kind of extended eye lens on one side is really fun. In fact, two of them, isn't it? There's one at the front and there's one off to the side slightly. The rebreather section looks really, really cool. I love that kind of cog-shaped crest going down the centre as well. Like, it's menacing. That is a menacing looking helmet. The armour overall looks really nice as well. I like the fact that you've got the the pauldrons over the coat, which is in itself kind of badass. That's a cool coat. That is a good coat. You can see like big heavy buckles on either side, which is a really nice touch, but the fact that you've got some of the armour over the top of that, but then some under it, makes it just more integral to the model. I like it. I like it a lot. I really like that kind of segmented section that's hanging down from the belt. Massive, massive buckle / icon on the belt as well. Look at the size of that. It's like the size of his head. I'm trying to work out if that cable that is coming out of the icon on the belt is going into the shield or not. It's very difficult to tell. I can't quite make it out. It might go under the coat, actually. Can kind of see like other segments of armour on the legs as well, just underneath that coat. This is a good look. Like, this is a good looking model. It's always fun when they have their own private servo skull as well. I do like that little detail. Your own horrible little lad following you around wherever you go. It looks like we've also got a pistol as well of some kind. In a holster. I think. The angle is making it a little bit difficult to tell, but I'm pretty sure that we've got something like that going on. Before we take a look at the close-ups, let's see what he's actually got, because I'm sure they'll tell us, right? They'll definitely tell us. So when the Titan Legions go to war, they bring with them death and destruction on an unimaginable scale of between fortifications, etc., etc. But while these towering god engines are duking it out with their opposing numbers, they remain uniquely vulnerable to being mobbed by infantry, especially those equipped to exploit their unique weaknesses. This is where the Secutarii step in, honor guard and protectors, led by the Axiarch. These individuals are selected through a series of arcane criteria that require them to have both displayed impressive battlefield acumen and to have been involved in the defense or retrieval of a god engine. Oh, that's interesting. That's a fun bit of background. Okay, so as part of their promotion, they're given further cybernetic augment. I mean, of course, they're given more cybernetic augments, and twisted into a new form that fits the Cult Mechanicum's strict schematics. Their upgraded bodies are then fitted with Titan Shard armour. What? Nigh impervious plate that has been crafted from the fallen Titan the Secutarii saved. That's badass. That is quality. Good lord. That is the kind of over-the-top nonsense that just... I love how 40k that is. That's so good. So their experienced leaders used to getting stuck in at the front line, and they wield a mag inverter shield, interesting, whose relic inversion generator unleashes coruscating arcs of energy from their arc lance. Sure. That probably means something. That definitely means something, right? I'm not entirely sure what it means, but it definitely, yep. Does that mean that there's like big blasts of stuff coming from the lance between the shield and the lance? Like when you get like two Tesla coils near each other and they can sort of arc off each other? Is that kind of what they're going for here? A mag inverter shield whose relic inversion generator unleashes coruscating arcs of energy from their arc lance. Sure. Fine. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the close-up. Look, I did my best. I don't know what that means. I've tried. And that's all you can ask sometimes, you know? That's all you can ask, that someone tries. Oh, I know we've already said this, but that coat looks great. Absolutely love that coat, especially now in the closer-up picture. Oh, it just looks so good. It also means, again, you've got like quite a nice mix of materials. There's obviously a lot of metal work and pipage going on when it comes to this model, so having that cloth kind of going down the back as well, I don't know, it provides a nice contrast. Kind of get a bit of a better look at some of the armour on the legs there as well, which, again, it looks nice, it looks good. I hadn't really noticed that little detail at the bottom of the armour plates down the front, though. That's cool. And yeah, there is definitely something in a holster, isn't there? The servo skull almost looks like there's like a speaker grill, a light, and a lens as well. And just to round it out, again, that is a great helmet on that guy. That looks really good. Like, really good. So there you go, that is the new Secutarii Axiarch, and I managed to say his name pretty much every single time, I think, which is not bad. Let me know what you think of that, lad, in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, you know the drill. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.